स्वभावचिन्मयानन्दं कृपापूर्णं जगत्पतिं हरिषड्वर्गजेतारं नित्यानन्दगुरुं भजे स्वभावचिन्मयानन्दम्.
Welcome you all with my love and respects. First few questions. During the last discourse, you mentioned that we lose our roots while living that we call a normal life. How would we regrow some of our roots or even all of our roots? May look very impractical solution, but the one and only solution is at least 1 month be away from your regular routine per year. At least 1 month per year, take out of your routine and see that you live that parivrajaka, the wandering life. It may look like, oh, in young age we should have done. All youngsters think, the old age we can do all these things. Always the young people think that in old age we can do all this. Always young people think, postpone. And old people, they think, no, in the young age itself we should have done all these things, not now. It may look little impractical. Of course, all great things will look impractical in the beginning. But I tell you, it will add so much to you. You don't even have to walk in the streets and live as I lived or as the regular parivrajaka life happens. Even if you go to different places of learning, the traditional learning, and spend little time, you will see so many of your understandings evolves. See, when you go and live near somebody whom you think is enlightened, either you will fall in tune with him if he is enlightened. If he is not, at least you will understand and learn how to find out a right master next time. Your understanding will be very strongly getting enriched. That's why I always tell people. People ask me, I have a doubt, first of all, whether you are enlightened or not. Why should I spend my time living around you? I tell them, come and try, live around me. If I am really, then you will fall in tune, feel connected, blessed. You will have that initiation and experience. If I am not, at least you will understand how to find out the right master in your next journey, in your search. Never a time will be wasted which is spent on spiritual seeking, on spiritual search. Even though it looks very impractical, the only way to regrow our roots is spending little time in wandering, in parivrajaka, spending little time gaining the spiritual knowledge. We forgot the importance of the spiritual knowledge. Understand, all the countries which put all their energies into the outer world and develop luxury and comforts, all those civilizations and countries, they have better dams, beautiful bridges, wonderful roads, amazing infrastructure, but people are depressed. What to do? More than 60%, 2 among 3, are taking some form of psychiatric drugs. The other day I was reading some statistics. In many of the developed countries, 2 out of 3 are having some psychiatric disorder, psychiatric problem, and having medications. life science is equally important, just like the science which is needed for the outer world. As you are taught in your universities how to handle the life in the outer world, you need to be taught the inner science also. Fortunately, till 50 years ago, India had that monasteries, India had that gurukuls, where the inner science is given preference and they are taught from the age of 7. By the time the person reaches 14, he was expected to settle in a very balanced way within his own inner space. We call it Pratyagatma Chaitanya Jagrata, the individual consciousness awakening. It was a great gift, but unfortunately, that civilization, that tradition of teaching the inner science has disappeared, and the whole world is in calamity, suffering and misery. Even though it looks little impractical, it is better at least 1 month in a year. Spend your time exploring spiritual places and spiritual universities. Every year I take people to Himalayas. We spend around 3 weeks, little less than a month. People ask me, really it is a very difficult journey. Not only difficult journey, very dangerous journey. No 911. Any emergency, whatever it may be, no 911, no medical care is possible. And here I saw, even if somebody, one car changes the lane, the driver shouts, "Oh, he has come into my space." The whole road will not be more than 1 lane size. Don't think the moment I utter the word road, you all visualize the roads which you are traveling now. No, forget about it. What kind of road I can't even describe. If you look through your window, you will see almost the wheel is going on the edge of the road. Not even 1 feet gap will be there between the wheel and the steep downhill. It's really dangerous. People ask me, why do you go every year and take people, Swamiji? Just to give the glimpse that 15 days, your inner space will understand life is not under your control. Understand, truth is, life is not under your logic's control. But by living in a clear, designed system, routine, you know, morning when you get up, which way you will walk, where you will come and sit in your house, the same living room. If you look back and see, you will be sitting even in the same sofa every day. More than last 6 months, you wouldn't have even used any other furnitures. You will come and sit. Actually, if we paint your feet, your whole house will not get wet. You will see only the same few steps only you will be following. You will go through the same routine. And you will go to the office, use the same room, come back. Practically you know your whole day routine, how it is going to be. Even if you had a small accident, you have insurance. There is nothing new. You don't need to think. You don't forget about necessity to use intelligence. Even a simple thinking is not necessary. So you can be constantly in the deep slumber, unconscious state. Practically, you can follow your whole routine by sleeping. Of course, which we are doing. You don't need to awaken. You don't need to come to your consciousness. Just get up and you know, many times you can see Only after reaching the office and you parked your car, you will realize you finished your whole travel, 10 miles from your home to office, you have reached your office. At least 200 decisions you would have made. Right turn, left turn, stopping in the signal, giving a break. 200 decisions you would have made. But only after reaching the parking lot, you will come to the self-consciousness. You drove for last half an hour. You drove 10 miles. You forgot. You don't need to remember. You don't need to be aware. You don't need to be conscious. You don't need to be awakened. That is what I call dull life. Somebody asked me the other day, Swamiji, your wandering days were so difficult. How did you do that great tapas in such a young age? When they read my biography, they think really it was difficult time. But I tell you, only when I see you guys, I feel that how you are able to live in the same house, same job, same routine for 10, 20 years and all. I can't imagine. How you feel my life was difficult, I feel your life is difficult. Living in the same routine, there is nothing exciting. No new people, no new place, no new things. Boring. Actually, if you live that life, you will realize it was not suffering or tapas. It was such an intense joy and ecstasy. It was such an intense expression of freedom. Even though it looks little impractical, spend at least a month every year, you will come back so alive, so fresh. You will be able to live your whole life with intelligence. When you are living in the same routine, which you practically know, more than 99% of your daily routine you know. The 1% which you don't know is very rare accidents which happens. That's all. Otherwise 99% of your routine is known to you. Then naturally you don't need to be alive. Some robot will do that work. By and by, slowly, your mind starts believing your life is under the control of your intellect. That is why suddenly if there is some unexpected death or unexpected scene in your life, you are not able to handle, you collapse completely, you just tumble down. Because very deeply you started believing life is under your control. If 10 days your life goes very smoothly or so-called smoothly, I have to use the word only deadly. If your life is dead for 10 days, within 10 days you start believing life is going to be like this under the control of your intellect. When you get up early morning, you know your whole day till you come back to the same bed. This kind of life surely is going to make you dull. Surely it is going to give you the idea you are the owner of the life, which is a lie. Which is a lie. Even a small disturbance, some death in the family, or small sickness, anything can shake your whole inner space. It will completely tumble down because you always believed life is under your control. But going and living in this kind of places for a month, once in a year, will give you the intelligence back. Life is not under your control. Life is beyond your logic. It will awaken you. It will bring you back to the true senses. You will understand that we need to live with the life. Not that life or the existence will live with us. Accepting the whole, giving little space for the whole in your inner space. That is the reason I always tell people to spend little time away from your regular routine. Not only that, spending little time where you don't see the people whom you know every day or who knows your identity will also bring a new perspective about life to you. Whoever knows about your identity or whoever has already built a kind of relationship with you will never be able to teach anything to you, will never be able to show anything new to you in your life. It is good if you go and live in some place with some group where people do not know you much, where you are facing new people, where your identity is not established. You will learn so many new things. You will learn such wonderful things. Actually, that 9 years of my wandering added the real juice into my life. The truth happened just because of the 9 years. Because every time you will be facing the person, you have the possibility of establishing new identity. You can update yourself. People are ready to trust your intelligence. When you are living with the same person or same family, same background, even if you have updated your intelligence, the people who are around you are not ready to believe. So they will treat you only as they understood you. So naturally, the expansion or updating, new discovery is not possible.